Hey, good morning. It's Sammy with Beautifully Diagnosed. I'm glad you're here. I've got my Folgers in my cup and I'm ready to talk. Hey, you guys. I'm glad you're here. I hope everybody is doing wonderful today. Big hugs if you're not. I'm sorry, and I hope your day gets better. But stick around. Thanks for being here. Today I want to talk a little bit about CPTSD. Now, you all know what post-traumatic stress disorder is. CPTSD is similar, but the ways they differ are that PTSD usually stems from traumatic events that happened, series of events that happened over a short amount of time. If, example, somebody goes to war and the things they see and hear and feel, the things that happen to them there, that's very traumatic, and they come home and they are not okay for quite a while sometimes. Sometimes they go back into their normal routine of things and they get help and they get past it. This can also be caused by a car accident that leaves you in the hospital and injured for a long time, or you lose your job, a house fire where you lose your things. Many things can happen that would lead and later present themselves as PTSD. Complex PTSD is where these events or series of events happened over a long period of time. So there may be years and years starting in early childhood where there was abuse, neglect, sexual abuse, incest, kidnapping. There are a lot of things that can go on. I don't really have to go on. And that can all lead into teenage years of the same kind of abuse, or early marriage with domestic abuse. These things happen for a long period of time, and that is what usually develops into the complex PTSD. Now, these are from the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, the DSM-5, as most of us know it. Please remember, I am not a mental health professional at all. I am just beautifully diagnosed, and I want to talk to others about it so I can help in any way. I source a lot of the things that I can tell you about these things from Katie Morton, which is one of my favorite therapists on YouTube. Also, Psych2Go, which is a lovely channel on YouTube as well, that if you have small children that you need to share things about what's going on with them, if you have learned that your child has anxiety disorder or ADD or depression or any of the things that we sometimes suffer with, Psych2Go is a beautiful channel that's illustrated kind of really warm and welcoming and gentle, that you can use to explain to a child what might be going on with them or someone they love. So please refer to that if you need that kind of help. So some of the symptoms of CPTSD, and of course they coincide with PTSD, the lack of feeling safe, okay, living in fear, having trust issues, flashbacks, nightmares, avoidance. I suffer with these things, and so when I talk to you here now, I am just going based on the things that I particularly deal with myself. I am not everybody else, and everybody has different symptoms and different behaviors that occur due to this this disorder. So relationship issues, difficulty controlling emotions, negative self-view, detachments from the trauma. So if you have an avoidance to something that was traumatic for you, this is totally natural and understandable, but sometimes it can get in the way of your life. So for instance, if I had a traumatic event happen at a certain place, now I'm quite older than I was when any of these traumatic things happened to me, but still, there's places that I can't go. There's places that I avoid going at all costs because they trigger me. And that word became so popular a couple years ago, and I myself hated it. I thought, why is everybody using this word? Is it just a new trendy word? But the more I have been in treatment, the more I've been in therapy, and the more I've understood and researched these things, I understand completely what triggers are, and I have plenty of them. So, not fun, but I want to tell a story. I was about 12 years old. My sister had to been about, I have many. So one of my sisters, my baby sister, she was about 2, I want to say. And my mother, my sister, and I had to run an errand to some store, and I don't recall where it was. So it could have been a gas station for gas. It could have been just a convenience store, a laundromat she ran into for a minute. She was only going in for about 5 or 6 minutes, and me and my sister were staying in the car. Logically, this is the 80s, and it just happened a lot then. So we're sitting in the car, and my mother's inside, and it's hot. It's July. We're in a car. So I saw a man walking out of the door of the same store that my mother was inside, and all of a sudden I was overcome with fear and panic because this man was going to take us. So he gets closer and closer to the vehicle that we're in, and he's coming in. It seemed like it was in slow motion. He's just walking and walking and walking, and I'm getting more and more tense, and I roll the windows up because I'm paranoid because he's going to open the door and take us both, and my mother would never see us again. So as he gets closer and closer, and we have the window up, he turns the corner around and he gets closer and closer to my door, and I'm sure this is it. And I'm scared, very scared, and scared for my sister because I was her protector at that moment. And he turns and he opens the door to his truck, and he gets in and he drives away. Because of course he did. Because he wasn't coming to get me. But my trauma response to things that had happened to me in the past and things that I had experienced, my mind was convinced that this is what was happening. So my mother comes out of the store, and she gets in the car like anybody would to get into a hot car, especially reacting like you're getting into a hot car with your children. And she was just, why'd you do that? Why'd you roll up the window? Are you trying to smother yourselves? And I don't remember what I said. I mean, my sister's face was all red and I was covered in sweat, but to me that felt better than being vulnerable to this man, right? So I don't remember what I told her. I don't remember if I had a reason, if I admitted that I was scared, because in my recollection of my life, I never said I was scared as a child, which is very, very weird and kind of concerning because I was afraid my whole childhood. So why I never shared that with anybody, why I felt bad or ashamed to admit that, I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure. So today I am not afraid to say that I'm afraid. And that's a big step. That's a big, big step. So that story, although it was short, was very profound now as I look back on things and as I deal with the things that I go through every day. Just thinking about going to, being invited to an event, a barbecue, a crawfish boil, a dinner or somebody's house, or just, I don't react like most people would, or how I feel I should. I don't, oh yeah, that sounds great. Now I might say that, but inside my brain is, okay, where is this place? How far is it? Which direction is it in? Who's going to be there? What is the thing we're celebrating? It's just, there's so many different questions that go through my head where I feel like I should just be like, yeah, what time? Want me to bring anything? I can fake those responses, but it sucks. It sucks to have that inside, that fear of just uneasiness of going around anybody really that's outside my house. This has turned into great anxiety. I've always had generalized anxiety disorder. I've been diagnosed with that for a long time, and I understand and I'm familiar with it. I'm learning to embrace it, feel it, sit in the feelings, and then let them pass. That is a new technique that I'm trying for myself, is to just sit with my feelings. If I'm sad, yesterday was a really bad day. I tried to make some videos, but I ended up making like 10 of them, and they were all awful. And I think that maybe I'll clip a couple pieces together and make a video just out of those videos. It was just a hellacious day for me. But I'm better today, and every day is a new day. So if you're feeling horrible today, big hugs for you, big hugs. And if you're feeling great, spread that love with everyone around you. Everybody is going through something and facing a battle that nobody else can see. So don't think just because somebody doesn't show the signs or symptoms to you that you understand that they're not going through it and battling something huge. Be kind to everybody. If you liked this video, please subscribe. I would love for you to be a part of my tribe, and I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for watching. Also, if you're watching me on Facebook, follow me. If you're watching on Instagram, give me a follow or a like. Comment below any questions you have. Excuse me. I'll do my best to answer anything I can. Remember, these are my personal experiences, and the stats that I give are from the DSM-5 or therapists that I follow. I don't just reach for things. These are proven things. But mainly my experiences. And I would love to get to know you and hear about yours. So please, if you want to share with me, leave comments, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.